I remember the game. Aiden Niken was incredible last year. He had like close to 30 points last year. And but I will say Ojai County is much improved from last year. I mean, they finished the year. I didn't look at the record, but they were like 16-14, 15-15,
15-16,
15-16, and now they have taken a monster jump, 18-3. And I was looking at some of their stats. They're one of the better three-point shooting teams in the state. They're shooting 39% from three, which is really high. High school, college, doesn't really matter. That's high, but the kids that do the most shooting are all in their 40s, 43% and so forth. So obviously a big key tonight will be for Barren will be defensively. They're going to have to really do a good job at getting out and covering their shooters.
Yeah, more than half of their shots have come from behind the arc this season. They've hit 181 threes, and as you mentioned, 4 guys that average or shoot over 40% from behind the arc.
Almost the opposite of Barren.
Yeah.
Where I think it's fair to say that's probably Barren's weakness. Not overall, not a real good three-point shooting team. So it'd be a contrasting game where Barren's strength is really rebounding, and defensively we've been really good inside, got some size, and I don't know if that's Ojai County's strength. They don't have anybody that averages 5 rebounds a game or more.
Right. And they've got an outstanding freshman in Elijah Decker. He's 6'4", 175, averaging 12 points and 4.5 rebounds. They have 4 guys average double figures. Of course, Trey Lewis has been out the last 6 ball games, but he's expected to return tonight. He's been averaging 10 points a game, and he shoots 43.5% on three-point shots. One of the top-rated players in Region 3.
Yeah, and he was really good last year. I know that, and he's just another one of their many three-point shooters. They've got several, and I like shooters, so I'm really interested to see how they get their three-point shooters so open, because it's obviously effective for them, and they're one of the teams to beat in the third.
And Barren County squeaking past Monroe County last night in Tompkinsville in a district game, 47-45. Aiden Niken's layup, as time is expiring, won the ball game for the Trojans. He finished with 12 points last night. Gavin Withrow added 10. They were the only 2 Trojans in double figures, but they only hit 4 of 11 free throws, and that free throw percentage has got to go up, especially in close ball games.
Yeah, well, it's nice to win a close one. Yeah, we've been on the wrong side of that, so it's nice to, even though it was expected that we would beat Monroe. Monroe has been playing better as of late, and it's never easy to play over there. So even though I'm sure it was not Barren's best game, but still to win a close game,
right?
It was good for us. They made a stop to get the ball back, and then the side out of bounds play to Aiden Niken to finish. That's good to win that way. Yeah, the free throw shooting is something that just has. One of the things that you can improve as the year goes on is I don't know if you can become a much better shooter during the year, but I do think your team-wise you can become a better free throw shooting team, and that's something that's critical for our success, because the region is very balanced and is very even, and you're going to have to win close games. And I've always said that teams that miss free throws are like dogs that chase cars. You don't stay around long, and that's something that's a critical aspect. If you want to know, if you want to watch Barren during these next 3 or 4 weeks, I think that's a key stat to look out for. And it's not just team-wise. It's oftentimes with free throw shooting, it's who's taking the free throws. Right. You may have a relatively poor team free throw percentage, but down the stretch, if the guy that's taking all the free throws is your best free throw shooter, that's a different story. Yeah. And it's just something that we need to improve on.
That win last night gave the Trojans a 3-1 district record. Of course, Glasgow still undefeated at 3-0, and the Trojans have Allen County Scottsville here on Friday night, who are 1-2 in district play. Monroe County, with that loss last night, now 0-4 in district play, and the 2 district games the Trojans have left are here at home, which that's always a plus there when you've got Allen County Scottsville coming in Friday night, and then you've got Glasgow next Friday night.
Yeah, that never hurts, and most teams play a little bit better at home. And I think the big thing for us is we need to get into a rhythm of playing. I mean, going through this 2 weeks with the All-A tournament is always a little dicey in terms of rescheduling games. It's not necessarily for the teams that are in it, but it's also the teams on their schedule.
Right.
And then they threw the loop in last year with the 2A tournament, and neither one is. I wish they just changed the names, because it's when you say 2A, everybody thinks football, but it goes all the way up to 4A, Allen County and Warren Central and things like that, and it's a nightmare in terms of scheduling. And I think what schools are going to look to down the road, and I've already talked to Warren about it, is if you know when these single A and 2A tournaments are going to be, and sometimes you don't know. That's the problem. But it's almost, if you want to make sure you're going to have games, you're going to start scheduling Bowling Green, North Hardin, and some of the larger schools during that 2 weeks just needs to play each other, where you're guaranteed to have games so you know who's playing who.
Yeah. Ohio County 15-3 coming in. That matches the number of wins they had the entire season last year. They finished 15-16 last year. Trojans got a 3-point win in Hartford Beaver Dam last year. 61-58 was the final score. There are 4 common opponents the Eagles have played this year that the Trojans have played against. And Meade County, they beat them by 29. Caverna 84-37. They beat Warren East 80-53. And Edmonson County 79-69. They're out of the 10th district. And they play Muhlenberg County and McLean County. And they've lost to McLean County by 1 point. One of their 3 losses this year. The other 2 losses to Louisville St. Xavier 75-62 and Louisville Eastern 76-72. And that's the only 3 losses they've had this year. And again, the best record of any of the Region 3 teams.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised when I was kind of going over some things today, looking at Ohio County. I did not realize they were having this type of season. Now, the guy that coaches them, Coach Hopper, is one of the better coaches around, and he's been around a long time, and he's taken several different teams to the state tournament, so he knows what he's doing. But it seems like this is they've been kind of rounding into this year, the last couple of years. But an outstanding shooting team. The third is similar to the fourth in the sense that if in boys, if you want to win the fourth, you got to go through Bowling Green. Bowling Green, that district. Third, somebody has to go through Owensboro. Owensboro or Apollo or whatever.
Right.
The regions are similar in terms of that.
Yeah. Ohio County won the region tournament back in 2013. They finished 25-8 and went to this. And I guess they lost in the first round of the state tournament, but that's been their best record since. But this one could top that one the way they're playing right now. They average 73.2 points a game. That's 9th in the state in scoring as a team, and their opponents are averaging 59.7.
And what's odd about that with Coach Hopper, he is not known to be he's known traditionally, ever since I've heard about him, known about him, has been a really strong defensive-minded coach. And he has played games consistently throughout the years. He's been very comfortable in the 40s. So this is a little, in my opinion, a little out of character to have such a high-scoring team, 9th in the state. That's a little different from the teams that I normally kind of relate to how he plays.
You're listening to the Zaxby's pregame report. The new Caribbean jerk filet sandwich or boneless wings meal. You can get that with crinkle fries and a 22-ounce Coca-Cola freestyle drink. And we're going to return with more pregame coverage in a moment. Always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. We'll be back with more pregame in a moment. This is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Trojans 10-6, Ohio County 15-3. There's some other games going on around the region tonight. As we take a look at the area schedule, brought to you by NHC Healthcare Glasgow, carrying it a better way day by day. The doubleheaders tonight include Christian County at Bowling Green, Russell County at Clinton County for a District 16 doubleheader. Also tonight, Russellville at Todd Central, a District 13 doubleheader. South Warren's at Warren Central for a District 14 doubleheader. Logan County's at Warren East and a girl-boy doubleheader. Franklin Simpson's at Greenwood and a girl-boy doubleheader tonight. Some single games has Edmondson County girls at Allen County Scottsville, Taylor County girls at Hart County, and the Glasgow-Somerset game was canceled because Glasgow is playing in the All-A State Tournament tomorrow morning against Williamsburg. And by the way, the Metcalfe County boys, who won the All-A 4th region, plays Louisville Holy Cross Thursday morning at 10:30. So not a whole lot of action going on around the region tonight. But we're going to take a look at the starting lineups when we come back after this break, as you're listening to Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon.
All right, welcome back. We're back here at the Barren County High Basketball Program. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups when we come back after this break. As you're listening to Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon.
school. As we mentioned in the stats, that Ohio County averages 73.2 points a game, which is ninth in the state. Their opponents average 59.7. They shoot 49.3% from the field, 39% behind the arc, 64% of the foul line, and 25.3 rebounds a game. Trojans are averaging 64 points a game, giving up 50.6. They shoot 45% from the field, 30% on threes. Hit 75 of them this year, 64% from the foul line, and 32.5 rebounds a game. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, and they're brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's fast and reliable internet speeds today. For the Ohio County Eagles, fourth-year head coach Tony Hopper. He'll start Dennis Manning, 5'9", 150, a senior, averaging 19 points a game. Elijah Deckard, a 6'4", 174-pound freshman, 12 points, 4.5 rebounds. Shane Frady, 6'3", 200, a senior, averages 11 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. Grant Tishner, 6'2", 178, junior, that averages 8.5. And Trey Lewis may be in the starting lineup. We don't have the official starting lineup yet, but he averages 10 points a game. He's been out since the Henderson County game on December the 28th. If he doesn't start, it'll be Hunter Ferris, 6'3", 172, senior, that averages 6.5 points a game for the Eagles. Warren Cunningham in his 12th season as the head coach of the Barren County Trojans. Assistant coaches tonight are Lee Johnson and Matt Gardner. Jared Browning and Austin Burge are on the road with the 8th grade boys and the freshman boys playing the freshman and JV at Metcalfe County tonight. And by the way, Coach Lee Johnson's JV team defeated Ohio County earlier tonight here by a score of 45-35. Starting lineup for the Trojans tonight: Jacob Shaw, 6'1", 183, senior, averaging 9 points a game. Gavin Withrow, 5'8", 148, junior, averages 7. Will Bandy, 6'6", 212, a senior, averages 11 points and 4 rebounds. Aiden Niken, 6'5", 204, a sophomore, 14.5 points, 7 rebounds a game. And Tyler Bush, 6', 183, senior, averaging 4 points a game for the Trojans. And we'll come back with the opening tip-off after this break, as you're listening to Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. back as we get ready for the tip-off of tonight's game between the Barren County Trojans and the Ohio County Eagles. The officials for tonight's game are Scott Daniels, Chris McGuire, and Casey Tooley. The official sponsor is Scotty's Contracting in Stone, committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality, no matter the size of the project. And Farmers RECC Jackie Browning Memorial opening tip-off. First quarter of action sponsored by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Ohio County down to our right with dark blue uniforms, gray numbers outlined in white. Ohio County across the front of their jerseys. And then to our left, Barren County Trojans in their home white with burgundy numbers and letters outlined in gold. Mind you're listening to our broadcast coverage on 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow, Bowling Green, and online at 104thescore.com and also on BCHS Live tonight.
A lot of places.
We are around the world. On YouTube, on the radio, on the internet.
Could you imagine that 20 years ago?
No. All you had was radio.
That's exactly right. It did not reach.
Still the number one media outlet.
But it wouldn't reach to China.
Wouldn't reach to China.
That's
now
right.
that you've got the internet, you can hear us anywhere in the world.
Should be a good one. And we'll have to play better than we played last night against Monroe, but I have a feeling that we will. It seems like, if you notice, when we've had several games in a row, we have tended to get in a better rhythm offensively. Mm-hmm. We had that 4 games and 5 game stretch right before Christmas, and you would hope and you would think that playing helps, especially basketball-wise, offensively. And I have a funny feeling, at least I have a hopeful feeling that we'll be a little bit smoother tonight than we were last night.
Right.
We don't have to be, because this is a really good offensive team we're playing.
Very good. Ohio County moving right to left, Barren County left to right. Aiden Niken in the jump circle for the Trojans, and for Ohio County, it's Elijah Decker, son of former coach Paul Decker.
Yeah, an outstanding,
a lot of athletic family of the Decker family.
Yeah, they go a long time over in Ohio County, the Deckers.
Scott Daniels tosses it up. Barren County controls it. Here's Shaw. He'll lob it over to Withrow. Withrow breaks toward the middle. He'll send it back over to Shaw on the left side. Now he looks, covered up there, has to dump it down to Bandy. Bandy throws it up and in.
That's good ball movement. They start off a little half-court 2-2-1 pressure, and good job of moving that ball and getting the ball to the baseline to Will.
Right side it goes to Tishner. Tishner gets it inside there, working inside the paint. Turning and throwing it up. It's no good. That was Ferris. Rebound by the Trojans. Here comes Shaw with it. Hard to see those gray numbers with that white trim. Shaw with it out front. Gets around the defenders. Bounce pass down underneath and lost it on the inline.
Ohio County in a very aggressive 2-3 zone. They put a lot of pressure with their guards up top in that zone the first 2 possessions.
Dennis Manning, who's the leading scorer for Ohio County, handles the basketball against Gavin Withrow. Right side it goes to Tishner. Tishner brings it back left side. And now Manning with it. Wants to drive against Withrow. Goes to the bucket and lays it in.
Yeah, Gavin did a good job of getting over the top of that flare screen that time, but he did not have any help defensively.
Yeah, Bush was in a trap, and the ball kicked out of bounds underneath the Ohio County basket. Trying to see what they're set up in, a 2-2-1.
Yeah, it's a 2-2-1, full court 2-2-1.
Yep. And Shaw gets it across, lobs it down to the corner to Bush. High pass, Niken down to Bandy, flips it up and in.
And those were 2 unbelievable athletic plays by Tyler Bush and Aiden Niken.
4-2, Barren County leads it. Tishner with the basketball, brings it to the top of the horn, and he'll hand it off coming to Manning. Manning wants to work against Bush, drives left of the lane, bounces off the left side, long, deep 3, no good. Rebound to Niken, off the missed shot from Ferris. And Niken taking it to the basket. Fall away shot, off balance, no. Rebound in there by Decker. Here's Manning with the basketball. Gives it out to Tishner. Tishner drives it down the lane, trying to force it in there, and it's deflected and stolen. Gavin Withrow lobs it up to Niken. Couldn't get to it. Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it's normally a play that Aiden will catch at times. Probably let him just a little bit, but that's normally a play that he's very comfortable with.
Long pass down the floor. Decker for three. Bottom.
A little late in transition that time for the Trojans on defense. You got to really get out there and cover their shooters.
Deep on that left wing. Here's Tyler Bush flipping up the shot over the rim. Battle for the rebound, and it's out of bounds to the Trojans. On the Coca-Cola scoreboard, the JV girls win tonight over Monroe County, 43-40.
Pretty high-scoring JV game.
Lob pass comes to Bandy. Left elbow. He'll throw it out to Withrow. Right wing three. Got it.
A good pass that time by Will Bandy. Gavin, I thought, played pretty well last night.
He did. 10 points last night. Played a good floor game. 7-5. Trojans by 2. They give it to Tishner. Down in the left corner now to Manning. Back out it comes to Decker. Decker now off the screen. They give it to Manning. Manning trying to weave through traffic. Goes down low. Here's a shot. No. Try to reverse it. That was Frady. They kick it back out with the offensive rebound. Back out to Manning. Launches the three. Good.
Man, it looked good the whole time. Offensive rebounds led to that one. 2 offensive rebounds on that possession.
And that's his 51st three-point shot of the year. Down underneath. Here's a reverse. Oh, missed by Bandy. Rebound Niken. Back up. It won't go. And coming down with a rebound is Decker. Decker sends it off to the right side to Tishner. He'll give it out now to Ferris. And back left side it comes to Manning. Manning trying to go against Withrow. Bounce pass underneath and a shot put up. No good. Bandy with a rebound. Withrow brings it up the floor. Goes right side. Now looks left. Looks back right. Bounce pass in there to Niken in the lane. Here's his little 6-footer. No good. Ball slapped out and Shaw grabs it. He'll give it to Withrow. Back out to Shaw. Shaw finds Bush down low. Feeds it into Niken. He puts it up. He's fouled.
Well, the good news for the Trojans is that exactly where they want the ball. I mean, Aiden Niken's been in the lane 3 or 4 times with shots. He normally finishes in there. So that's a good sign for the Trojans, getting the ball inside against that zone of Ohio County.
Right. Aiden Niken for 2. The first one he drills it. He was 0 for 5 last night against Monroe County.
Well, that's an area that he has to improve upon. And when you go 0 for 5, it's good to hit your first one.
Absolutely. Got a couple of changes in the Ohio County lineup as Trey Lewis checks in, 5'9" senior. Averages 10 points a game. He's been out for the last 6 ball games. Chris Whitler, 6'1", 218 senior, also in the lineup for Coach Tony Hopper. There's Niken's second shot. It's in and out. Rebound in there by Frady. And here's a 3 out of the right corner that's no good. Rebound put back up, no good. Crashing aboard is Niken. Niken pushing it down the floor, heading to the rack. He'll lay it up and in.
That was a strong move. Went up and just got the defensive rebound and then just went coast to coast for really a kind of an easy layup.
Yeah, 10-8 the score. Ohio County with the basketball. Trey Lewis has it for the Eagles. Bounces off left side now to Whitler. Whitler will give it back over now to Decker. Decker now turns and goes back to the right side. He'll give it to Whitler. Now Whitler top of the key, covered up by Bush. Gives it back out in a 3-point shot of the air that's no good. Crashing the board, Tyler Bush trying to rip it away. And we got a foul called. Or is it a jump ball?
No, it's going to be a foul.
Okay.
It's going to be on 21, I believe, for Ohio County.
Frady, his first, team second.
Good job of going to the boards that time by Tyler Bush.
And now Brandon Davis is checked in for Ohio County, 6'3", 156 junior. 10-8, the Trojans lead it. Behind the back dribble. Here's Niken down the lane, dishes it off to Bush. Bobbled it for a moment, can't get the shot to go. Bandy puts it back up and in.
That was a great pass that time by Aiden, and then an offensive rebound, Will Bandy.
12-8. Trojans lead it by 4. Ohio County with the basketball. Trey Lewis sends it out now to Decker, top of the circle. Feeds it in there to Manning. We got a foul call.
It's going to be on Mason.
Mason Griggs just checked in, 6-foot sophomore.
Played really well. I thought he played well last night. He had a real good JV game as well, which is nice to see.
Right.
For Mason.
Ryan Shirley also in the ball game, along with Cody Lane for the Trojans. Here's the lob coming out to Decker against Niken. Long range left. He'll give it out to Manning. He'll circle out with the basketball. On the move against Griggs. Tries to take him one-on-one. Jump shot 14 straight away. No. Rebound in there by Cody Lane for the Trojans. Gets with it to Shaw. Shaw pushes it down the floor on the left side. Bounce pass down to Shirley. Feeds it to Niken. Working in the paint. Dumps it off underneath. And here's a shot no good from Mason Griggs. Rebounded there by Davis.
And Barren County is getting every shot that they want. got to finish those 2 or 3 footers, though.
And Trey Lewis with the basketball sends it off the right wing to Whitler. Now driving Manning with a left-handed shot off the window and in.
Boy, nice pass that time. They do a good job of passing and back cutting.
Manning's got 7 points of Ohio County's 10. 12-10 Trojans. Shirley gets it up court to Shaw. Breaks toward the middle of the lane. Bounces off underneath the Cody lane, and he puts it in.
Nice jump stop and pass that time. And then finished by Cody Lane. But that was a good pass that time by Jacob Shaw.
Yeah, the Edward Jones financial advisor, Jamie Harris, assist. 14-10, Trojans lead it. Whitler with the basketball, working left side at the left elbow. He'll give it out now to Lewis. Lewis wants to try to drive. He'll fire it up in the lane. No good. Crashing aboard. Lewis trying to go back up with it. Kicks it back out. Whitler, top of the key. 3. Good.
That's their second 3 that's been made off offensive rebounds.
Their third 3 of the quarter. Here's Niken trying to make a move in the paint, and a lot of traffic, no good. Gets his own rebound, back up and in. 16-13, Trojans lead it by 3. A minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Manning with the basketball for Ohio County, guarded by Griggs. Gives it off to Whitler, and then gives it back to Manning. Manning deep on the right wing. Now curls into the lane. Bounce pass, no look pass underneath, and a shot put up and in there by Davis.
Another assist by Manning. Boy, he is hard to guard.
Shaw cut off on the baseline, throws it back out to Niken on the left wing. Now Niken trying to make a move, jump is up from 12. It's no good. Rebound to Whitler for Ohio County.
That's a good shot by Eden, though. About a 12-footer in the middle of the lane.
And that ball gets away from Ohio County player, and Shirley came up with the basketball, gives to Shaw. Shaw deals it over to Cody Lane for a 3-point shot that's no good. Mason Griggs trying to get the rebound. It's grabbed by Decker. Decker pushing it down the floor. Bounce pass off to Manning on the left side. Trying to go baseline. Cut off by Griggs. Gives it out to Lewis for a 3. No. Missed it badly. Chased down in the corner, though. Ohio County keeps it alive. Here's Decker. He's going to fire it out of there for a 3. Bottom.
That's their third 3 off offensive rebounds right now is where Ohio County is getting their 3s from. We're guarding the initial offense pretty well.
And Ohio County's regained the lead 18-16 with 19 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Cross-court pass Shaw. Fakes, drives, baseline, one-hand shot. Good.
It's a good little runner off the baseline that time by Jacob Shaw.
Tied at 18 with 8 seconds to play in the quarter. Manning with the basketball for Ohio County. Takes Griggs one-on-one. Behind the back dribble. Up and under move. Deals it off underneath, and that will do it for the first quarter. Tied at 18 between Barren County and Ohio County. We'll come back with the second quarter of action in a moment as you're following the Barren County Trojans tonight, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Quick first quarter, tied at 18 between Barren County and Ohio County. Second quarter presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. And
that was a heck of a quarter.
I mean, just like you said off air, it played 8 minutes, 8-minute quarter in 10 minutes.
That's exactly right. Fast pace.
Yeah.
Not many turnovers. Only 3 fouls, I believe, total.
That's it. Here's Lewis giving it out around the perimeter. Goes left side over to Tishner. They go deep, and here's Lewis for 3. That's no good. Crashing the boards, Will Bandy. Gives it off to Gavin Withrow. Bounce pass back to Bandy. Looking, sends it back to Withrow. Back to Bandy. Dumps it down low. Cody Lane has it blocked from behind. Got it back, put it up. He's fouled.
Yeah, good job again as Will Bandy on another good pass that time against that 2-3 zone.
Foul is on Davis, his first, team's third.
Cody Lane made a huge play last night against Monroe. Got the tie up that was 6 seconds ago that enabled Barron to set up that last second play.
Cody Lane missed the first of two. We'll have one more. And his second shot's in the air. Good. His third point of the game. Barren County regains the lead 19-18. Lane checks out. Tyler Bush is back in for the Trojans. 30 seconds gone here in the second quarter. We got Jackson Renfro in the ball game right now for Coach Tony Hopper. Trey Lewis. Over now to Tishner. And Renfro brings it out front against Withrow and gives it on the left side to Tishner. Passes out to Lewis. He'll swing it around to the right side. Over to Renfro. Down low. Turning with it. They bring it back out. That's Davis. Davis circle. He one step too many there. Yep. That ball gets away. Turnover by Ohio County. Bandy's got it for the Trojans. Throws a one-hand pass down to Tay Pointer, who's in the ball game now. Hit a few threes in that JV game tonight. And now Withrow around the top of the perimeter. Gives it off in the corner to Pointer. Can't shoot the three. Withrow top of the key. Left side it goes to Bush. Back to Withrow. Going right side. Now gives it back over to Pointer. Can't shoot the three again. Gives it back to Bush. Back to Pointer. Pointer trying to drive. Dribbled it off his foot. Turnover by Barron. Up court. Here goes Renfro against Bush. Bush tried to block it. He missed the layup. Rebound to Withrow. Left side, Bandy pulls up with a 15-foot jumper. No good. And the rebound comes off to Renfro. Breaks to the middle. Gives it off to the right side now. Here's Lewis for three. No good. Battle for the rebound. Scramble for underneath the basket. And digging it out there is Bandy. Baseballs it to Withrow at midcourt. Had a little too much on that one and goes out of bounds. Couldn't handle the pass. And Aiden Niken back in. Jacob Shaw back in. So the starters all on the floor now for Barren County. 6:05 to play here in the second quarter. Trojans with a 1-point lead. 19-18. And now Manning's back on the court for the Eagles. Works against Withrow, one-on-one. In the corner, it's Tishner. Down low, working in there is Frady. Giving it back to Tishner. Around the right side, they give it to, I believe that was Decker's back in there now. Decker. A long range out front left side against Shaw. Dribbles it across the key. Now picks up his dribble. Goes right side on a give and go. And a foul called against the Trojans.
Tell you what, they are hard to guard because they spread you out and they pass it well. But Barron's doing a really good job. Most of their points have come off offensive rebounds and kicks for threes. But defensively, I don't know if you can guard Ohio County much better than we're guarding them right now.
Down low, Frady. Shot blocked from behind. Frady got it back, though. Puts it back up. No good. And rebound claimed in there by Bandy. Here's Shaw. Angling off right, now looking left. Throws it over to Withrow. Back over to Shaw on the right side. Shaw now bounces left to Withrow. Down low. Baseline shot by Bandy. No. Rebound by Niken and back up and in.
Again, good ball movement. As just a little short corner baseline shot by Willie. Normally makes that, but give Aiden Niken credit going to the boards.
Yep. 21-18, Barren County, 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Here is Manning down underneath and a shot put up and in by Frady.
I tell you what, Manning is a tough cover where he can score and pass.
And here's Jacob Shaw, bounce pass on the baseline. Bandy, tried to feed it into Niken. He got it back as it bounced off somebody's chest. Missed the shot in and out, trying to go back up with it. Flipped it up in the air and it went in.
I think so. I think he may have lost it.
I think lost it, just went up in the air.
Still went in.
Yeah. And then Ohio County almost threw it away. Here's a collision here, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Shaw goes to the floor, and the
I don't think
offensive foul on Tishner.
Yeah, I don't think the referee's real happy with Tishner's questioning that charge. Kind of stared him down a little bit.
And coming in for Ohio County is Josh Manning, 5'9", 141 sophomore.
Well, we know he can shoot. He had about 5 threes in the JV game.
He may be related to Dennis Manning. What do you think?
I think so.
High pass coming to Niken. And trying to fire it in there to Bandy. Throws it up. He got fouled. Foul on 21. That's Frady, his second. Number 5 on the Eagles here in the first half. Will Bandy had 6 first quarter points. First free throw is up. It's good.
Yeah, every time Will shoots a free throw, I'm pretty confident it's going to go in. He's got good form, and he has consistently made them for 4 years. I probably put the jinx on him.
Been shooting 70% from the foul line. He drilled that one.
Yep.
25-20. Trojans' largest lead at 5. Here's Manning to the corner. Decker for 3. Bottom.
That's a miss assignment because we left Decker wide open in the corner. That's his third 3 of the game, I believe.
He sure doesn't play like a freshman.
No,
6'4". He's hit 3 threes already in the ball game. Ball knocked down. And here's Manning with the basketball over to Decker. Left wing 3. No. Ball tapped out, and Decker grabs it. He'll dump it back off down low. And a feed inside to Decker. Shot no good, and a foul.
Tell you what, both teams are good at this, Ohio County and Barren County, at interior passing and making that extra pass. You often don't see that from post player to post player, but both teams do that.
Decker at the line. His shot is good. Decker is a 59.5% free throw shooter on the year. He's got 10 points in this game. It's 25-23, and this shot goes up and in.
He's averaging 11.5. He's right at his average.
Actually, it ties the game at 25. They'd failed to put a point up on the board. Bandy in the left corner. Bounces back out to Shaw. Shaw, one-hand pass over to Withrow. Fakes, drives in. Shovel pass off to Bush. He'll lob it back over to Shaw on the left side. Goes down to the corner, going up the baseline. Bandy, he's cut off. Has to hook it back to Shaw. Shaw splits the defenders, and we got a foul called against Ohio County. And it's on number 11. That would be Josh Manning, his first, team 6th. Ryan Shirley going to return to the Trojan lineup for Will Bandy with 3:30 to play here in the first half. Tied ball game, 25-all, as Ohio County has come back with 5 straight points. He comes in the right corner. Here is Withrow giving it into Niken. Niken bounce pass over the baseline. Here's Shaw with a jumper. No good. Niken puts it back up and in. Just out-rebounded everybody for that one.
Yeah, they don't have an answer to Aiden Niken. They didn't last year either.
He's got 11 points here in the first half. That is 27-25 Trojans. Josh Manning with the basketball. They're working around in the corner to Decker. He'll circle out with it. Decker gets rid of the basketball to Josh Manning. Now bounces off to 35. That's, I don't think I've got, is that 25 or 35?
That was 30 that made the shot.
Okay.
It was Hunter Ferris.
Ball knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Barren County's ball. Last touch by one of the Eagles.
They for the first time they just jumped to a kind of a 1-3-1.
Yeah.
Let's see if they fall. Yeah, they're going to stay in it even at half court.
There's a lob to Shirley. Throws it back over to Withrow. Kicks it back to Shaw. Fakes one way, goes the other. Feeds it in the corner. Shirley will fire the 3. It's no good. Shaw with the offensive rebound on the right side of the floor. Gives it over to Withrow. Withrow trying to make a move. And now Bush dribbles it out. Throws a looping pass cross court over to Shaw. Had to get up high for that one. Shaw bounces it down to the corner of Shirley as they trap everywhere they go. Shaw hooks it off the left side. Withrow for 3. In and out. Rebound, Niken. Back up and in.
He is absolutely killing Ohio County inside on the glass.
13 for Aiden Niken. And it's 29-25. Trojans by 4. Manning, bounce pass off the right side to Davis. He'll give it out now to Manning. Back over to Josh Manning. Here's a 3 in the air that is no good. The rebound off to the left side to Bush. Off the missed shot from Ferris. And here comes Shaw. Dumps it off. It deflects off a hand of Niken. It hit, I believe it was Decker first, and then kind of ricocheted off of the hand of Niken. So it's going to be Ohio County's basketball.
Good ball game. 29-25, 147 left. Let's see how both teams can finish this half.
Yep. Here comes Manning racing down the floor, going to the basket, and he puts it in.
That's not exactly what Barren wanted. Just a straight line drive that time by Manning.
Dennis Manning with 9 points in the first half, 29-27. Barren County by 2. Shaw breaks to the middle, cuts back left, bounce pass underneath. Ball gets rolling on the floor, and here's Shirley throwing it up. It's no good. Gets his own rebound, put it up, no good, a foul.
Right there has been the difference of the game. Our ability just to right now crushing Ohio County especially on the offensive glass.
Foul was on I believe Whitler, his first. Number 7 on the Eagles in the first half. Here's Shirley's free throw, and it's good. Ryan Shirley, 6'1" sophomore, 65% from the foul line.
Never have to worry about his effort.
No, he gives 110%. That's right. Second shot's good for Ryan Shirley. Back up to 4 for the Trojans. It's 31-27. Dennis Manning with a basketball, guarded out front by Cody Lane. He'll bounce it off now to Tishner. Tishner against Aiden Niken. Tishner dribbling out between the circles, hands it off back to Dennis Manning. Gets a screen out there, trying to make a move on Ryan Shirley. Almost lost the handle, cuts back left, throws it back off the right wing. And working with it is Whitler. And then here's a 3 in the air that's no good. Long rebound, and Ryan Shirley couldn't handle the rebound. Kind of misjudged it there, and it went out of bounds. Ohio County's ball.
If you've ever watched Steve Nash play several years ago, I mean that's who Manning reminds me of.
It does.
He's got all the handles quick. Yep. And can flat shoot it.
And here's Manning, 3, no good. But an offensive rebound by Whitler right there at the left elbow. Throws a bad pass. Niken's got it for the Trojans. Behind the back dribble. Down the lane. Shovel pass underneath. Ryan Shirley lays it up and in.
Yeah. Give that assist to Aiden Niken. Good hustle by Shirley filling the lane.
The Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Harris assists. Let Jamie Harris of Edward Jones assist you today with your financial planning. Barren County's largest lead at 6, 33-27. 21 seconds left to go here in the first half. They're going to spread the floor here and hold it for 1. Ohio County's Trey Lewis gives it to Tishner. Now Tishner on the dribble against Aiden Niken. Trying to take him one-on-one. Falls down, and then Niken reaches in to try to tie it up. Trying to take it out there with Shaw. Had it taken back by Lewis. Lewis goes in for the shot, and he's going to be fouled with 0.8 of a second remaining.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate for the Trojans because they made the right defensive play and just could not really secure it in the scramble.
Foul on Niken, his first. That'll be 4 on the Trojans. And Trey Lewis at the line. First shot is up. It's good. His first point since being out since December the 28th against Henderson County. Second shot, no good. Ball hits the floor. Bandy grabs it, and that's the end of the first half. It's been a quick first half. Up-tempo first half. And the Trojans lead 33-28 here at the break. We'll come back with a halftime report brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill. As you're following Barren County High basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back here at halftime, Jay Turner with John Butler, Grant Bowen in the studios of Nash Icon on controls tonight. Barren County leading here at the break, 33-28. Trojans led, actually it was tied at the end of the first quarter, 18-18, and they outscored Ohio County 15-10 in the second period of play. This is the halftime report brought to you by Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Colton's thanks you for your business. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, we know what's at stake. Ohio County hit 10 field goals in the first half, and half of those were three-point shots. Well, which you would have known anyway. It would have been they shoot 50%, and 50% comes from behind the arc.
That's true,
so
but I thought we defended them well. 3 of their 5 came off offensive rebounds, and Coach Patino always said that's the best three-pointer, the best three-point shot in the game is off an offensive rebound because the defense is scrambling and it's an inside-out shot.
Yeah.
So all in all, one of the things Barren wanted them to do is to take tough twos and take away their threes, and I think for the most part, Coach Cunningham is probably happy. Not only are we up 5, but defensively I think we've done a pretty good job.
Elijah Decker with 11 points in the first half, 3 threes and a couple of free throws. 9 points for Dennis Manning, 4 baskets, one of those a three-point shot. A three-pointer for Chris Whitler, and those were the 5 three-pointers for Ohio County in the first half. Shane Frady scored 2. Trey Lewis with 1 point off 1 of 2 free throws. Brandon Davis scored 2 points in the first half. For the Trojans, total of 13 field goals, 3 more than the Eagles. One of those a three-point shot, and that was by Gavin Withrow. Trojans are 6 of 8 from the charity stripe in the first half, and Aiden Niken with 13 points to lead the Trojans in scoring. 6 baskets, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Will Bandy has scored 8, 6 of those coming in this first quarter. He was 2 for 2 from the foul line in the second quarter. A three-pointer, as we mentioned, for Gavin Withrow. 2-point basket for Jacob Shaw. 3 points for Cody Lane, a 2-point basket, 1 of 2 at the line. Ryan Shirley with 4 points coming off the bench. A 2-point basket and 2 for 2 from the foul line. I want to remind you the Barren County High baseball team will have a chili supper this Friday night starting at 5:30 in the BCHS cafeteria. Tickets are $5 and can be purchased from any baseball player or at the door. That'll be right before the Allen County Scottsville games on Friday night as a fundraiser for the baseball team.
It's good chilly weather.
It is. It definitely is. Don't forget Friday night, we're back here with the Patriots and Lady Patriots, 6 o'clock for the girls' game. And then Saturday night, we'll be down at Franklin Simpson. This is a busy 2 weeks because, you look at Friday night, got Allen County, Scottsville. Saturday night, go to Franklin Simpson. Monday night, we go to Hart County. Next Tuesday night, we go to Logan County.
And it's busy, and in particular for the boys, those matchups are probably tougher games. Let's be fair. Allen and Franklin are 2 pretty good boys teams, and Allen's girls and Franklin girls are down right now. And Monday is it Hart?
It's at Hart, yes.
It's at Hart. First time we played in the new place, right?
The girls played there last year.
Okay, that's right.
Now they've doubled up to have a doubleheader this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a game that we should always play, to be perfectly honest with you.
Got about 4:11 before we get the second half underway, and the Trojans 33 and Ohio County 28. We'll come back and get ready for the second half. Always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. Barren County High basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back here courtside at Barren County High School. Jay Turner with John Butler. About a minute and a half before we start the third quarter. Coming up, presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Trojans 33, Ohio County 28. Foul situation the first half. Ohio County whistled for 7 team fouls. 2 on Shane Frady and 1 each on Grant Tishner, Hunter Ferris, Brandon Davis, Chris Whitler, and Josh Manning. Barren County 4 fouls in the first half. 1 each on Jacob Shaw, Will Bandy, Aiden Niken, and Mason Griggs.
With no real foul trouble by either team, which is good.
Yeah. Been a very quick first half. I mean, game started, 7:05, 7:15, something like that, and it's now just 7:50.
Well, you got to like that. I mean,
quick games.
Yeah, I mean, we like doing the games, but
that's right.
We like them at a good pace.
Yes. Most definitely.
And it's been clean. I mean, it has. I mean, it's a referee's dream too, because it's shots are going in, and the game is played relatively clean. And from a referee's point of view, that's exactly what they want.
Haven't mentioned the student section tonight. Some of them are dressed in Hawaiian attire.
Well, just like the weather, right? They ought to be in Eskimo attire. Not a bad crowd. It's hard to draw
on a Tuesday night and
single
only
games. Yeah,
single game.
I mean, we have such a tradition of playing girl-boy doubleheader, and we used to play doubleheaders with Ohio County, but it hasn't been lately. And I don't. Ohio County used to be, especially when Coach Johnson was there, a regional power, and they've really dropped off. And but it's a natural. If you're going to play, you would think both teams would play.
And some of these matchups between Barren and Ohio have been canceled because of snow.
Right.
There were a couple of years there due to snow. Jacob Shaw with the basketball. Down to Bandy. On the baseline, he got double teamed and a foul called.
Yeah, it's on 15. It's a clear. It's going Grant Titchener. It's an easy foul, and boy, he acted like there was no foul at all, but they clearly got him across the arm.
That's 2 fouls on Grant Titchener. Just underway here in the third quarter. Barren County leading 33-28. Here's Withrow. Dumps it off down to Bandy. Had to dig it up. Went up for the shot. And had it blocked on him. And Niken, and a lot of timber, puts it up and in. That is where Aiden is living tonight. And the Trojans extend that lead to 7, their largest of the night, 35-28.
Jump to the ball.
They try to get stolen away by Bush. He jumped to the passing lane. Shaw's got it now for the Trojans. Works it in front court. Bounce pass off to Niken. Niken feeds it down to Bandy. Reverses it in.
That was a great pass by Aiden Niken, and a good little reverse layup by Will.
Timeout by Tony Hopper. Trojans score the first 2 buckets of the second half and now lead by 9, 37-28. So we take a People's Bank timeout. The People's Bank in Glasgow, your local community bank working for you.
Always a big believer in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter, where that could really be a big difference maker. You score the first 4, the lead explodes out to 9. If Ohio County scored the first 4, it'd been a 1-point game.
Yeah.
You can just see how that goes, and the turnover that Ohio County just made just led to another transition basket by Barren.
37-28 Trojans, and it'll be Ferris to toss it in. So it comes into Dennis Manning. Manning brings it across the timeline, gives it back over to Ferris on the left side. Now Ferris puts down the dribble, hands it back off to Manning, trying to curl around against Withrow. And now working with it is Decker. He'll kick it back off the right wing. Back out to Decker, left side to Ferris. Now Tishner back over to Decker. Decker trying to bounce feed down low, but he works it inside the paint, goes up against Niken, and he swiped it away. Down and a pass thrown away as Withrow, and that was too long and out of bounds. It'll go back to Ohio County.
It's a good matchup between Aiden Niken and Decker. Both players 6'4".
Yeah. And here's Decker with the basketball out on the left side. Brings it to the top of the key. Gives it over to Ferris. Ferris will bring it out to the middle. Left side over to Tishner. Now Tishner. Bounce pass straight away over to Decker with Niken on him. They give it back out to Tishner. He drives left of the lane. Cut off. Bounces back out to Ferris. Now Ferris gives it off to Decker. Decker now feeds it back off. Here comes Tishner behind the back dribble. Goes under, puts it up. He missed the shot. Battle for the rebound. Offensive rebound by Ohio County and a long, high-arching three. Good for Ferris.
Again, that's off an offensive rebound. We're keeping up with that. It's 4 threes off offensive rebounds for Ohio County.
37-31. Bush trying to throw it back to Shaw. Knocked out of bounds by Tishner. That is the 6th three-point shot for the Eagles. Now Shaw gets it into Bandy. Feeds it down to Bush. Bush and a crowd threw it away. I thought it was deflected, though.
It was, and I think...
yeah, we got one official going to come in and overrule.
That is the right call. Was a deflection.
So Barren County will have it on the side across the way. Shaw working with it. Dumps it off in there to Niken. And had it blocked from behind by Ferris. Here comes Ohio County. Tishner on the right side. Out to Decker. Sends it over to Ferris. Now Ferris out to Tishner. Tishner making a move on Bush. Goes to the basket. Puts it up and in. Tishner, his first 2 points tonight. And now it's a 4-point ball game after the Trojans led by 9. Here comes Shaw working down in the corner. Comes to Withrow. Withrow with a 10-footer left side. Good.
That's a good shot fake that time by Gavin and getting to the lane for a nice little 10-foot pull-up.
39-33, Barren County by 6. 5:05 to go in the third quarter. Dennis Manning spinning, going down the lane. Off-balance shot goes in.
It's tough to guard because he's quick, and you have to guard his three-point shot, which makes it very difficult to stop his drive.
39-35, Bush with the basketball, feeds to Withrow, throws it out to Niken, fires it down to Bandy, puts it in.
There's another. We're not keeping up with assists, but Aiden Niken's got to be close to 6 or 7.
41-35. And Bandy picking up his 12th point tonight. Trojans led 37-28. That's been their largest of the ball game so far. Take a Peoples Bank timeout. 4:40 left to go in the third quarter. We're not keeping up with any stats tonight, but talked about...
I can do that in football.
Basketball is just too fast-paced.
It's hard to call a game.
Yeah, you can't.
Stats.
That's true.
I don't quite have that skill level.
Hard to do.
But I know Aiden Niken's got a lot of assists.
Yes. Ohio County's basketball comes into Dennis Manning. Manning brings it across. He'll give it to Ferris. Ferris bounces it out now to Frady. And now here's Manning, long range right against Withrow. Manning sends it off to Ferris. Ferris going to fire up another high arching three, and he hit it. That's 2 in a row for Hunter Ferris. And a bad pass off the hand of Niken out of bounds. 9-point lead has dwindled to 3 now at 41-38.
That was kind of their soft 2-2-1 that time. That was, I'd call that an unforced turnover.
Manning with the basketball for Ohio County. Over to Ferris on the left side out front. Bounces it out now to Frady. Now here is Manning. Back out to Ferris. Can't let him shoot. He hit 2 in a row. Working with it behind the back dribble. Backtracking in. Fakes. Off-balance shot. No good. Rebound claimed in there by Aiden Niken. Niken looking around. Feeds it off to Bush, and he lays it in. Another assist to Aiden Niken. Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Harris assist. Back up to 5 for the Trojans at 43-38. 3:35 to go in the third quarter. And here's Manning with it on the right side. Manning drives around Withrow. Shovel pass. Knocked away out of bounds. It actually went off. It went off of Frady, and he don't believe it.
And that was a really good rotation that time by Tyler Bush sliding in there.
So Barren County's basketball, and Ohio County will pick up with pressure in the backcourt. And a 2-2-1. Comes to Shaw. Shaw in the middle to Bush. Bush feeds it off. And the shot went up and in. And Niken.
That time Tyler Bush returned the favor to Aiden Niken.
19 for Niken now. It's 45-38. Trojans by 7. Ferris, left side over to Trey Lewis, who's back in the game now here in the second half. Tishner back out to Lewis. Left side, a long distance three. Good for Ferris.
Yeah, that was
beyond NBA.
That was way, way deep that time. That's 3 for him.
And Niken has it swatted away from behind. Here comes Ohio County again. Tishner gives to Ferris, another 30-footer. No good. Batted against the board. Battle for it in there as Bandy tries to come down with it. And it's going to be tied up. Possession arrow goes back to Ohio County.
Got a little interesting, a little ticky-tack there.
I couldn't tell there.
Yeah, it's Tishner. And kind of Will got tied up that time. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. Manning's going to toss it in, left the bucket, feeds it in there to Ferris. He'll back out with it. Now wants to drive against Niken. And pass fired down low. We got a whistle. Offensive foul. Ryan Shirley takes the charge. And the offensive foul is going to be on Frady, his third.
Yeah, lowered his shoulder that time, and Cody Lane is always going to be around there taking charges.
45-41 Trojans. Mason Kriggs on the floor now for Coach Warren Cunningham. Here comes Niken with it on the left side with a left-handed dribble. Dumps it off in the corner. Whip throw for 3. Bounces off the rim. Rebound pulled down by Ferris. Gets for the basketball to Manning. Around the perimeter, they go right side with it to Lewis. Lewis back and forth on the dribble. 2:09 to go in the third quarter. Works it out front, gives it to Ferris. Ferris against Ryan Shirley. Drives the basket, flips it up, missed it. Ball slapped down long. And Cody Lane racing down the floor, heading to the rack, and he lays it in.
Outstanding ball handling that time by Cody Lane. Came out of nowhere that time and went coast to coast.
47-41 Trojans by 6. And timeout by Ohio County. 1:44 left to play here in the third quarter. And the Trojans with a 6-point lead, 47-41, as we take a People's Bank timeout. Remind you, you're listening to our broadcast coverage on 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow, Bowling Green. Online at 104thescore.com. And on BCHS Live tonight. And if this is correct, John Hardin loses their first game of the season.
Is that to E-Town?
To E-Town. 81-74 the final score.
Well, E-Town was undefeated.
They were undefeated too.
Yeah, so that's...
John Hardin was like 19-0 and E-Town 15-0.
And that's after, of course, John Hardin's coming off that 2A tournament title where they played Warren Central and really ran Warren Central out of the gym.
Yeah, they
beat
did.
them 30. So they played, I believe, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Owensboro, and then had to come back and play E-Town on Tuesday.
So that was a district game.
Yep.
Elizabethtown 81, John Hardin 74, the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Back to action here at Trojan Gym. It's 47-41. Manning trying to get around the defender, lays it up and in. He did, and that's 13 now for Manning.
And I think we've done a pretty good job on him. He's just hard to guard.
Yeah. Here's a lob coming to Ryan Shirley. He'll lob it up court to Withrow. Withrow throws up the runner. No good. Batted up in the air. Pulled down and ripped away by Withrow. Jump ball. He took it out of Decker's hands. And Barren County will get the ball.
Good effort that time by Gavin.
And Withrow will toss it in on the left baseline. Sends it out to Griggs. Griggs is in a trap. Bounce pass back to Withrow on the near side. Back out to Griggs. Griggs dribbles right. In the corner, Tyler Bush lobs it back out now to Withrow. 1:08 to play in the third. Ooh. And here's Griggs getting a lot of pressure. Weaving through traffic. Bounce pass off to Withrow. Gives it left side to Cody Lane. Bounces in the middle. Turnaround shot by Shirley. Banks in.
Yeah, got the ball right in the heart of the zone. About an 8-footer that time.
49-43, Barren County. 52 seconds to play here in the third. Ferris, left side over to Manning. Or rather to Decker. Back to Manning. Manning dribbles right. Hands it off out there. Working around the perimeter. Here's Ferris with a basketball against Cody Lane. Now gets rid of the basketball now to Trey Lewis. Lewis against Cody Lane. 30 seconds to play in the third. And he's still out there with Cody Lane. Bounce pass as they spread the floor with 22 seconds to go. Manning.
A lot of room for him to penetrate right here.
They try to clear it out for him. Down to 12. They lob it back over the left side. It's Lewis trying to drive. Kicks it back up in the right corner. Decker 3. No good. And offensive rebound going back up with it too strong. Taken by Withrow, and that will end the third quarter. Trojans 49, Ohio County 43. One more quarter to go, and we'll be back with it after this break. This is Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back to action here quickly. We got a foul on Barren County, and it's on Gavin Withrow, his first, team's first of the second half.
Actually, a good foul. Saved a layup.
Yeah. Aiden Niken, Will Bandy, Jacob Shaw back in. Fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. As Ohio County with a basketball, Whitler hands it off to Manning, being chased, got in a double team. Whitler's got it back now, works it across the lane. Here's a shot out of the corner by Lewis, good for three.
He was due, missed his first three.
And it's a 49-46 Trojan lead, 7:38 to go. Bush Trapp gets it across the line, bounce pass to Shaw, feeds it to Niken, now down to Bandy. Bandy has to turn, do something with it, hooks it back to Bush, and in the corner, here's Shaw with a jumper. Good three-pointer for Jacob Shaw.
Yeah, good ball movement again. Made two extra passes to free it up for Shaw in the corner.
Second People's Bank 3 tonight for Barren County. Back up to 6 at 52-46. Now Whitler will step back and shoot a three out of the corner. It's no good. Decker tried to slam it. On the follow-up, here comes Niken, 2-on-1 break, and he'll take it to the basket. He missed the layup. Rebound, here comes Lewis in front court. And here's a three. Manning, no good. And rebound knocked down, and Withrow's got it for the Trojans.
I think Decker has hurt his wrist.
Yeah, he's hurt. Here's Bush driving, missed the layup, follows it up, no good, falling down, got a whistle. And we have official time called as Decker, holding his left wrist, heads toward the bench.
Yeah, that could be a bad one for them. He tried a follow-up dunk off a missed three, which you rarely see, and almost made it, but he fell, landed right on his left wrist, and that's a real sensitive bone. I broke my left wrist in high school, and it doesn't take much to break that little bone.
Ohio County's basketball, 6:39 to go. Barren County 52, Ohio County 46. Manning gets a screen out top, takes it right side, wants to go against Bandy, splits the defenders, goes up with the left hand and puts it in.
I tell you what, other than Nick Sorrell, he's probably the best point guard I've seen this year.
15 for Manning, 52-48. Shaw weaves through traffic and threw it away.
It was a right idea at that time. Just the wrong execution.
Manning with the basketball for Ohio County into the front court, angles off to the right side, leaves it with Lewis, and now Whitler with it over the left side to Tishner. Tishner sends it back over to Lewis, fakes, drives, goes up against Bush, he puts it up, it's no good, and Bandy gets the rebound off to Niken. Niken driving strong to the bucket, basket will not count, and they're going to call it on the floor.
Yep, that's the right call, but that's exactly where you want Aiden Niken on the break. Even though it was a 1-on-2, he still had the advantage that time.
Second foul on Chris Whitler, 3 on Ohio County in the second half. Barren County will take it out. Shaw wanted to lob it into Niken there. Here's Bandy on the right wing. Bandy will send it back out front to Bush. Swings it over the left side. Now to Shaw. Cross-court pass looper over to Lane. Here's a shot out of the corner. In there, up and in.
A good touch from 3 for Will, because that ball bounced around before it went in.
55-48, Trojans by 7. Another People's Bank 3. That's 2 of them here in the fourth quarter. 5.5 minutes to play. Whitler's got it in the right corner against Bush, dribbles it back out, reverses, and now it goes to Tishner. Lewis with it now. Back over to Whitler in the corner to Tishner. Tishner picks up his dribble against Niken. Bounce pass to the right corner to Whitler. Whitler driving toward the paint. He'll throw it off the left corner, and around it goes to Manning. 18-foot jump shot, in and out. Rebound to Niken with 5:08 to play.
That's good defense by Cody Lane, because that was a tough 2. That's like a 17-footer, and that's exactly where you want Ohio County shooting it from.
Shaw trying to reverse it back out. Hooks it over the left side now to Cody Lane. Bounce it back out to Shaw. Right side it goes to Niken. Here's the lob down to Cody Lane. Couldn't handle the pass. Just a little bit too high. Tishner comes up with the basketball for Ohio County. 4:45 to play. And here's Whitler. Whistle, a foul on Tyler Bush. His first, and that'll be the team's second. Only 5 fouls called here in the second half. Brian Shirley, Gavin Withrow back in for the Trojans. Tyler Bush and Jacob Shaw gets a break. 4:42 to play. Barren County by 7 as they lob it out to Davis, who's back in the ball game. Manning with it deep on the right side. Works against Cody Lane, trying to take him one-on-one. Tries to get rid of it. He does to Whitler. Whitler dribbles across the paint, and it's broken up by Bandy. Needs some help now. He'll give it to Cody Lane. Bounce pass left side over to Withrow. Withrow will back it out to the right side, and he'll go road over to Bandy. Cross-court pass comes to Cody Lane. His shot goes up. He's fouled, and it'll be on, I believe, Tishner. 3 on Tishner. So they got 2 starters with 3 fouls. Tishner with 3. Frady has 3. Cody Lane at the line. 1 of 2, his only trip in the second quarter. And that one comes off.
He has been fantastic again defensively.
Yeah.
I mean, he brings a ton of energy. But it's one thing to be energized. There's another thing to actually defend, and he can really defend.
Cody Lane gets 1 of 2. Barren County back up by 8 now, 56-48. Tishner with the basketball. Down to 4:10 to play here in the game. Tishner, right side over to Manning. And now Manning, as Cody Lane tries to stay with him in the corner. Going to pop it up. 3 in the air. Got it.
Too much space that time. Another thing that Manning does well, he gets up on his 3.
Yeah.
It's not a set shot.
Right. 56-51. Bandy driving, going under, has a shot partially blocked. And Ohio County comes up with the basketball. Diagonal pass. Lewis in the corner gives to Whitler. Out of the wing. Now Whitler will hand it back off to Lewis. Coming down to 3.5 minutes to go, and Manning takes the 3 behind the back dribble, trying to go against Cody Lane. Cody Lane trying to reach in, and there's going to be the foul.
Yeah. That's a good defensive stand that time by Cody to the very end, and that was the right call, reaching in that time.
That's going to be his first, team's third. Cody Lane and Ryan Shirley checking out. Bush and Shaw back in. And then Bush picks off the pass. He'll take it left side and hold up now and wait and gives it off to Shaw. Shaw now puts down the dribble.
Man,
hooks it back to the right side. Here's Withrow. Withrow driving in, has a shot partially blocked. Trying to get it back. He's got it on the baseline and wants to call a timeout. And so there's the timeout call with 3:14 to play. And
I think there's a little question.
Yeah.
Did we actually have the ball at the time? I think that's what Ohio County is wondering.
I think the official actually hesitated to make the call for the timeout because we did have the ball.
I think it's arguably we got a break, but we'll take it. Playing at home, it's you ought to get an occasional break at home.
Every once in a while,
that's right.
Think, yeah.
I was going to say it was a great defensive play by Tyler Bush that time.
Mm-hmm.
He read that. That's his football defensive back coming in. He read that inbounds play like a defensive back, and he did a great job of anticipating where that pass was going for the interception.
JV game earlier tonight, Barren County 45, Ohio County 35. And the JV girls winning 43-40 over Monroe County tonight. Over in Tompkinsville, scores in the Coca-Cola scoreboard. 3:14 left. Trojans have a 5-point lead, 56-51. Here's a pass to Bush. He feeds to Bandy. Trying to work under. Puts it up. Got it, and a foul.
And again, just great interior passing that time. From Bush to, I think it was Niken to Bush, and then Will Bandy on the finish. Great job of passing inside of his zone.
And here's the free throw by Bandy. It's good. A 3-point play the old-fashioned way for the Trojans. And that puts the Trojans back up by 8.
Well, it's good to see for Ohio County. I mean, Elijah Decker back.
Decker is back in.
Yeah, they did tape his wrist. Yeah. We'll see if he can catch it. That's the big thing when your left wrist and you catch a pass, right? If it's injured.
Manning against Tyler Bush, takes him one-on-one, jumps it up from 10. He hit it.
Tough shot. It's actually his right wrist. I apologize.
21 for Manning. That's 2 above his average. 59-53. Shaw works it down, hits the backboard, trying to go to Niken with it. And here's a pass up to Manning. Manning spinning. It goes against Shaw, and they're going to call a block. His second, team's fourth.
Yeah, we're at this time right now in the game where we're up 6 with 2:33, and this is that kind of that gray area where you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be over aggressive. Right. And that last time that was a turnover that maybe it'd be better to pull the ball back out.
There's a lob coming out to Tishner. Gives to Manning. Manning. Now drives, works inside, jump stop, looks and puts it up. It's no good. Follow-up is in for Davis. And it's 59-55 now. Trojans with a 4-point lead. Shaw wants to drive. Hooks it back out with a floater now to Niken. He'll send it over to Withrow. 3 in the air. In and out. Offensive rebound by Shaw. Steps back to the right side now. Bounces it out with 2 minutes to play. Barren up 4. Here's Niken. In traffic. Has a shot blocked. A foul going to be on Davis. That'll be his third. Team 6th. And 2 shots for Niken of 2 at the stripe tonight. 19 points in the basketball game. Has not scored here in the fourth quarter. And he'll get 2 shots here. First one is up. Got it.
He is, I guarantee you, he's close to a triple-double. He has.
I would like to know.
I would too. I mean, he's got to have close to 7-8 assists, and I know he's up there with rebounds too. And that's a big free throw too. Really struggled last night. Made that first one.
Yep. 60-55. Barren County. 20 now for Aiden Niken. At the line for the second free throw shot, and it's good.
There you go.
61-55. A minute 55 to play. Manning gives it out to Tishner. You got Lewis out of the floor now. And a timeout by Ohio County. 1:47 left to go. This will be a full timeout. And the Trojans up 61-55. So take a People's Bank timeout. Friday night, we'll be back here for the Trojans and Trojanettes. District doubleheader against Allen County, Scottsville. 6 o'clock for the girls' game. Boys' game to follow. We'll be out there at 5:40 Friday night here from Trojan Gym. Saturday night on the road at Franklin Simpson. Next Monday night on the road at Hart County. And a week from tonight on the road at Logan County. Before we come back to play Glasgow.
Logan is on next Tuesday, right?
Yes, week from tonight.
Yeah, they are having a really good year.
They really are.
They are playing super. One of the big changes with Logan this year is they are really scoring. Coach Tinsley's team always guards and they always rebound. This year's team is putting some points up.
They were 3rd in the region this week, I think, behind Warren Central and Bowling Green.
Yeah, against with a pretty good schedule. If you look at their schedule, they have played some good teams.
Notice that Decker is now in the training room over there with Dwayne Miller, and he's got ice on his wrist.
Yeah, but he went in and probably caught the ball one time, and it was too much pain. And you won't know about that wrist until you x-ray it, actually.
Here's a long 3 by Lewis. It's no good. And rebound to Manning. He'll kick it over to Tishner. Tishner with a floater. Good.
Well, it would have been a big rebound for Barren, but they did not get it, and it led to a conversion for Ohio County.
61-57. Timeout Barren County with 1:26 to play. Be a full timeout. Stay tuned with the CPC Commodities postgame report. And Trojans will have the ball to bring the length of the floor with a 2-possession lead. Looking at some scoring here for Ohio County. Dennis Manning with 20 points tonight.
It's really good. Like I said,
scored 11 in the second half.
Other than Sorrell, he's the best point guard I've seen. I mean, he is hard to guard, and I think he's got 20, but I think Cody Lane and Gavin Withrow has done about as good a job as you can do on him. He's hard to guard.
We talked about they average 10 threes a game. Well, they've got 10 tonight.
Yeah, and what makes him hard to guard is it's hard to give a lot of help off of him because they have 3-point shooters all around, and that's why this lead right here is never comfortable for if you got a small lead against Ohio County, you can never ever be truly comfortable,
right?
Because of the way they can score.
Largest lead for the Trojans have been 9 tonight. Ohio County will set up with full court pressure. See how they match up here. As Withrow will toss it in. Gets it into Niken. Niken works it up court. He races down the floor, takes it to the basket, and looked like he got fouled. Threw it away, and Niken is down. Niken is down underneath the basket, but he gets up, and he's hobbling over a little bit, but I think he's okay. And let's see. Hobbling down the floor, but I believe he's going to be all right. I think he hit his knee against the floor.
I'm surprised did they stop play because he was down?
Okay. Cody.
Yeah, he's going to have to come out.
Yeah, he's going to come out. Yeah, normally you do not stop play on that, and they did, but that's going to force him to come out unless he wants to call a timeout.
All right, so Cody Lane with 1:13 to play, guarding Manning. Manning still on the dribble. 1:05 left. Takes it in the paint. Jump stop. Off balance shot. One-hander good.
Yeah, you can't guard that any better. He just made a better shot.
61-59. Cody Lane bounces it off to Withrow. Withrow gets tripped up. No call.
Oh, boy.
And a layup that's going to be good for Lewis.
Got to call that one. Yeah, got to call that. That was an obvious, it wasn't an intentional trip, but it was a trip right at half court, and it led directly to a layup by Ohio County. That has to be called.
And that's what Coach Cunningham is talking with official Chris McGuire about, and it happened right at midcourt. So we got a tied game now. 61 hasn't been tied since early in the ball game. It was 18-18 at the end of the first quarter. And now we got 47.3 seconds to go, and it'll be Barren County's basketball.
That's a game we should be very comfortable playing in. We've had a ton of these, haven't we?
Yes. Talked about, of course, the closest wins for the Trojans. One of them was last night against Monroe County by 2. The other one was by Monroe County. You beat them by 10. That's the closest wins the Trojans have had.
They've had a couple overtime games and things like that.
Yeah.
Now, this would be a quality win. Ohio County 15-3.
Right.
They could pull this one out.
Yeah.
Led probably 90% of this game. What do you think? We've led 90% of this game, yeah.
Yeah. So Barren County's basketball bringing it to the length of the floor now with 47.3. Tied at 61. Withrow gets the ball in play to Shaw. Now Shaw will work it up court. Try to get away from the would-be trap. And now Withrow back straight away over to Shaw. Back to Withrow. Withrow back to Shaw. Has an open look at a 3. No good. Rebound to Tishner. And it's out of bounds off Tishner, they say. Stepped on the inline. So Barren County will get it back with 31.4.
Well, ideally, you would like to be able to hold it 31 seconds and take the last shot.
Yeah.
Especially against the zone if you can. Right. If you can. Now, you'll take an easy shot.
Left side comes to Shaw. Jump pass back over to Withrow. Straight away back out to Shaw. Back to Withrow. 20 seconds to play. Withrow back to Shaw. Now Shaw will send it left side over to Bush. Timeout with 13.2 seconds. Tied at 61. Another full timeout call by Barren County.
Well, this is traditionally where Coach Cunningham team has executed quite well in these situations. Now, they have played zone all game. They have not been man, as far as I know, one time.
Yep.
And so that you got to think they'll stay in zone. But, Coach Opper's been around a long time, too. I have a feeling they'll stay in zone. Coach Cunningham, they've got that lob play where they screen the backside of the zone, and they've run that one time tonight to Cody Lane. It'd be interesting to see if that's in play. If not, you'd love to get the ball to Niken or Bandy somewhere in the middle and create a shot.
Yeah.
When it's 61-61, you'd like to get a shot with about 4 seconds. In case you miss it, you have an opportunity for one offensive rebound is ideally what you want.
Trojans have the ball right here in front of us as Gavin Withrow will inbound. 13.2 seconds to go. We're tied at 61-61. Withrow throws it out to Shaw. Now they come chasing him. Shaw, jump pass in the corner to Withrow. Withrow drives in, throws up the runner. No good. Follow up. Good for Niken. Got to get back on defense. 3 seconds, 2.8. And
timeout, Ohio County.
Yeah, 63-61 Trojans.
And they're going to get it right around half court. But again, real good execution. We missed the first shot that time, but it gave us an opportunity to get the offensive rebound, and that's exactly what happened. And now this situation, obviously you don't want to give up the three. You're up 2, so you want to take away the three. Now that's when you try to take away the three, you also open up driving lanes as well.
Well, they put 3 seconds now on the clock.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Now we do have we've got a couple of fouls to give. Now, what's tricky with 3 seconds is you don't want to foul when they're getting ready to shoot. You don't want to do that at all.
Right.
But you don't mind fouling as long as it's on the floor. But it's real tricky with 3 seconds because they're probably going to take 1 or 2 dribbles and then shoot.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Coach Cunningham is going to put somebody on the ball, make this a hard pass, and you would like to get your player, Ohio County, to catch it going back to Barron's go, if you can.
Right.
You don't want them to catch it going toward their go because that's 3 seconds is a long time in basketball.
Well, now they put 3.1. It was at 2.8. They've added another 0.3 of a second. And it's going to be Whitler to toss it in. Whitler still looking, gets it in. Here comes Lewis, and we're going to get a foul call. It was before the shot.
Okay, that's perfect.
And that's on
Cody Lane.
Cody Lane, his second, team's 5th.
That's perfect.
And now we're down to 1.3 seconds to play.
Now you really don't have time to foul on the floor because as soon as they get it, they're going to probably shoot it.
Yeah.
You do have another foul to get. Now, if you're going to do this, you got to practice it. And I've been to too many of his practices. I know they've been in this situation. You just don't never practice to say you want to just go out here and foul somebody. That doesn't work. 63-61. They've got it right in between the 3-point line and half court on the side. I think we'll put somebody on the ball. Make that first pass again. You'd like to get the first pass going again away if you can. That's not always easy to do. You got 2 good coaches right here who've been in this situation a long time.
Tony Hopper, he's coached several places over the years.
He really has. And you obviously don't want to foul. You don't want to foul a shooter in any way.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 1.3 to play. Barren up by 2. Ohio County's basketball. And still trying to find an opening. Gets it in to Whitmer. Throws it up at the horn and backed it off the glass. That'll do it. The Trojans win it 63-61.
Big win. Big win. That time, Coach did not guard the inbounds play.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it's the only time in a game when you actually have a defensive advantage. It's 5-on-4. So good decision that time. They made him take a tough shot, almost banked it in, but it was not the person they probably wanted shooting it.
Right. And Whitmer was the one that threw it up there. He had a three back in the first quarter, but he threw that one up.
I'm sure they would rather have Manning shoot.
Yeah. But a good win for the Trojans tonight. 2 back-to-back wins by 2 points. Beating Monroe County last night on the road, and then tonight here at home against a very good Ohio County team. 63-61. Barren County wins it. They improve to 11-6, and Ohio County drops to 15-4 on the season.
Yeah, quality win.
We'll come back with the CPC Commodities postgame report after this break. And this is Barren County basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 103.7 Nash Icon.